and we examine the idea that America is not a land of guarantees. America is a land of opportunity. And the enemies of conservatism, the enemies of the republic, have been assaulting us. They have been abusing us. And they have been insulting us. Matt and I, over the last couple of years, have been called all types of names from all quarters of our country. That's okay. But we must understand one thing. It is time for us to man up as Americans and go on the offensive as conservatives and defend who we are and who we stand for. But our children, their happiness has depended upon us. And they, unfortunately, do not have the same drive, the same determination to get for themselves what we were willing to sacrifice to get. The old saying in Louisiana comes from an old song. It says, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child who's got his own. My grandfather, a man who was a great man. But if you wrote his name on the back of this wall, he would not be able to read it. His father was a slave. My dad had a third-grade education. Here I am, 2 degrees, standing before people all across this country that I have never met, talking about the very same things that that man who could not read taught us. That was by the sweat of your brow, the work of your hands, and the determination that God gives you the strength to accomplish. I stand here before you as a free man in America. I will refuse to surrender our country to socialism, and I will stand against it with every ounce of my being. I refuse to watch and sit by as our Constitution is trampled upon. And we must determine today that we will defend the most divinely breathed document that our country have, and that is the American Constitution. We must defend it against foreign and domestic foes. And we send this message to this administration. I stand firmly with Cardinal Dolan now in saying that Americans will not yield and we will not comply to any legislation that is against our consciousness and that is against our moral values. We stand together as Catholics, Protestants, Jews, Gentiles, all over this country. And it is important that we understand that if they come for the Catholics, they will come for the Jews, and they will come for the Protestants, even the agnostics. If we yield now, we might as well prepare to continue to yield until there is nothing left to give up. Ronald Reagan said it best, that our freedom is only one generation from perishing. I want you Americans to know from the words of Christ that these words don't fit many other people in our world today, but it does fit you in this room here today. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its savor, its usefulness, then it is good for nothing but to be thrown out, trampled under the foot of men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set up on a hill cannot be hid. So let your light so shine before men that they will see your good works, America. Glorify our Creator, who gave us the rights that we have. And so I have just one more question for you. Are there any patriots in this room here today? Is there anyone here who will stand up for American values? Is there anyone here who will stand up for the Republic? Stand up for God and country? Then Americans, stand up, stand up, stand up. God bless you. God bless America.